Additional resources to the Ranfurly home of laptops, printers, and internet access. The fraternity, during its final night of the conference on August 23rd, will launch a new educational fund tagged with a considerable donation towards the enhancement of the Barack Obama Presidential Library in the United States, which Murray lauds as an inspiration to all students.
The Manfred Byrd Educational Fund is a fund that we just recently started. We are scheduled to announce a $1 million corpus for this fund on Monday night during our dinner dance. And so we want to work within our organization to have archons at member boule levels and those on the regional and national level to each make a contribution during the biennium so that at the dinner dance, our last formal event, we would then be available to give an additional award of at least $1 million to programs that are all related to educational needs. In addition, what we're trying to do with the Manfred Byrd Fund, it will be a perpetual fund. We're also looking to work toward making a contribution of $1 million for the Barack Obama Library.
Now to crime news, police are actively investigating the country's latest homicide. The circumstances surrounding the shooting death of an adult male believed to be in his 20s, the incident taking place around 4 this morning. Preliminary reports indicate that the victim was at the Charms nightclub in Centerville area when he got into an altercation with another male who produced a firearm, resulting in him being fatally wounded. The suspect was seen fleeing the scene in a pink-colored Nissan March, license plate number AU6488. Should you have any information on this or any other matters, contact the Criminal Investigations Department at 502-9991 or 2919 or 911. Also making news tonight, Bahamas Union of Teachers President Belinda Wilson sees police returning to school campuses this academic year as welcome news. Officers were reintroduced to 9 school campuses last semester after a male student at the A.F. Adderley High School was stabbed. Wilson feels the officers will make a great impact.
Because their training alone, I think the intelligence that they use and their skill to detect even sometimes when a crime may occur. So the prevention of a crime with the officers is definitely great. I believe that they bring another layer of support for the security officers whose job is really to protect the government's property. And based on the data and the survey and the research that we've done, and even that has been shared with us by Chief Superintendent Hannah, the teachers feel safer with the officers on the campuses.
Well, as mentioned, police were stationed at 9 schools here in the capital, but that is expected to expand in the coming weeks.
The first rollout will be about 15 schools in New Providence, and they've also identified about 4 or 5 family islands. And what we will look at next from the union in order for us to give our recommendations is where we may have had safety concerns in the family islands and look for them to roll out this program in those school campuses first. So we intend to work closely with them, and they should be working very closely with our guidance counselors who would assist with at-risk students. So I think they're definitely a plus on the school campus, definitely.
This is Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean with a tropical weather update brought to you by BTC and CBS Bahamas. Over in the far eastern Atlantic, we have a tropical wave that's fresh off the African coast, and it has some ragged showers associated with this system, but we expect that all to come together over time. The reason being, atmospheric conditions are expected to become marginally conducive for some slow development over the next couple of days. So we'll keep our eyes on this tropical wave as it treks toward the west at about 20 miles per hour. And then there's a second tropical wave that's moving through the Windward Islands. The shower activity associated with this is widespread and not well organized. Development of this is not likely over the next couple of days, but it will continue pushing towards the west between 10 and 15 miles per hour. We have a third tropical wave, this one near the Bahamas, rather heading into the Gulf of Mexico, and most of those showers will be spreading into the Florida Peninsula later on tonight, leaving behind behind a bit of showers over the extreme northwestern parts of our country. Grand Bahama and Abaco could still experience some showers from that tropical wave. And then finally, we have this system in the Gulf of Mexico. Earlier, it had a good chance of becoming a tropical cyclone, but now very close to landmass. We do not think that is going to happen. Right now, wind speeds are still just around 35 miles per hour as it moves towards the northwest at 14 miles per hour. In a few hours, it will move inland, and we think that will be the last we will see of that, and perhaps will not make it to tropical cyclone status. That has been your ZNS Tropical Weather Update, brought to you by BTC and CBS Bahamas.
Coming up in the weekend edition, more parks in the capital benefiting from free Wi-Fi services. Details of that and other stories after the break.
At the Nature Conservancy, we believe in working with fishermen and communities in order to improve the sustainability of queen conch in the Bahamas.
The crux of the issue here is that there are not enough mature conch staying in the water to reproduce and produce enough offspring to sustain the fishery into the future. So the project is to visit a number of fishermen in different parts of the Bahamas and showed them how to do the research on the queen conch and determine what may be the best proxy indicator of maturity by measuring multiple different parameters.
These engagements give fishermen and communities an opportunity to see how scientific research is conducted and be a part of that process. By the end, fishermen are asking for more information and how they can further be involved in research.
Knowledge is power. You know, a lot of people want power, but they don't want to get the knowledge. I think what you're all doing is real helpful for us to give us knowledge. I learned something from this meeting today.
We hope that by conducting these engagements, the Bahamas can be an example of how communities, researchers, and government can come together to work towards sustainable fisheries, not only here in the Bahamas, but around the world.
Sometimes you need to make a classic move. That's why for all of life's moments, there's one classic credit card. Experience cashless purchasing power and chip and pin security with your RBC Visa Classic credit card. Manage your day-to-day expenses as well as life's little surprises. Apply today at rbc.com/Caribbean/Visa Classic and enjoy 1 year's free membership. Conditions apply.
This portion of the news was brought to you by Sun Oil Limited Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Thanks for staying with us. Residents in Atoll Pines community now have 24-hour internet access thanks to government's Park Connect initiative. Area Member of Parliament, the Honorable Michael Darville, calls the project significant, or rather a significant achievement for his constituents.
This is a very important, not only historic, but also important for my constituency because we intend to use this accessibility to Wi-Fi to launch many initiatives at all of our parks. Health and wellness is very high on my agenda. We intend to have exercise programs, educational programs for those who suffer from chronic non-communicable diseases, and the list goes on and on. So this is the first step, and Tall Pines can expect a Wi-Fi connection at all parks. And so as we begin to move through my constituency to get each park at a condition where we can have various other programs, the internet connection is very important to us.
The Jubilee Community Park, one of many spaces to be powered with free Wi-Fi. Parks will also be outfitted with additional lighting and security features for the safety of residents. PTC's Government Relations Manager, Najir Finlayson.
We've connected parks in Cat Island, we've connected parks in Long Island, Eleuthera, Bimini, and Exuma. And so today, what you see here, along with the other 25 parks that we've already connected, we're here on the park with Jubilee Park, and we're so excited to be the partner of choice for the government.
Well, the Marathon constituency, one of the latest areas to be provided with free Wi-Fi connect as well today. Marathon Member of Parliament Lisa Raming was at the Lou Adderley Park to officially launch the event earlier today, speaking to how critical Wi-Fi or internet connection is to everyday use.
It helps in the economic development of our country. Do you know it's considered an essential service? Just how light water is important, this is also important. It connects us to the world. It connects our residents, it connects our government, it connects our people to the world. It helps individuals to be able to go online. You can apply for jobs. You can fill out your government applications. You can no longer be frustrated having to stand on long lines. You can research, even as kids, even parents who find it very hard to be able to afford Wi-Fi or, I would say, internet connection. Your worries are over.
As for whether the parks are safe for use at night, she had these comments.
Well, I want you to know that our government has installed, we have new lights. So at night, we are piping. I left here 11 p.m. last night. You know, kids were on the park playing. It's so exciting. And you can see our new renovations to the park. And of course, I thank the Beaches and Parks as well, who's also a part of this connection. And so I want our grandmothers, our grandfathers, our single moms, we want you to come out. Use this park. This is for you. And so you're not limited. You're going to be safe. And so even though we often have our police officers from the Wilford Police Station who support us daily, and they do a lot of patrols in the area, we are also, as Minister, or I would say the Member of Parliament, Wade Watson, would have indicated, we're going to have park wardens.
In other news, a blast from the Bahamian political past. Former Prime Minister and former leader of the Free National Movement, the Right Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingram, was guest speaker at the party's headquarters Friday during its 30th anniversary since winning the 1992 general election. Mr. Ingram recounting past accomplishments and reinforcing the tenets of the party and encouraging present and future leaders to put people first.
Less than 2 months after I joined the party in 1990, the lead of the party died. I was already chosen to lead, and we said when we became the government, we would provide caring, competent, and honest government for all the people of the Bahamas, not just the F&Ms. We said we would promote accountability, high ethical standards, and dedicated efficient service to the public, all the public. And we outlined our program in Manifesto 92, very detailed prescription for the governance of Bahamas. I drove over the hill every day, every workday, on my way to his office or from his office, stopping, chatting, interacting with voters.
As we head to the break, we'd like to thank all of our viewers watching us live on our social media platforms. And just in case you missed the news, be sure to head there to catch up. Stay with us. Sports is after the break.
Almost every journey starts with your car. We spend most of the early stages of our lives anticipating getting our first set of wheels. When that moment finally comes, let AID be there for all your auto needs. Make it yours by accessorizing, maintaining, and repairing your car with AID. Whether you're a professional mechanic, a recent graduate, a full-time mom, or an I can fix that kind of guy, or if you're completely clueless about what your car needs, AID will assist in providing a large variety of auto parts, a diagnostic center, and great customer service. For all life's auto journeys, we're here. AID, all you really need and more.
Hello, summer. Escape into summer when you fuel up with Shell. Every time you purchase $20 gas, you're entered to win your share of over $50,000 in cash prizes and fantastic trips, including a staycation at Grand Island Exuma, a shopping spree in Miami, and a 4-day trip to Las Vegas to see John Legend live. To enter, fuel up at Shell with $20. Go to winwithshellbahamas.com and let the fun begin. Say hello, summer with Shell today. Conditions apply. Hello, summer.
This is ZNS Total Sports. Welcome to your Saturday sports, everyone. Topping sports this evening, the NACAC Track and Field Championships officially getting underway yesterday at the Grand Mama Sports Complex in Freeport, Grand Mama. The event officially opened up by the nation's chief, Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, who was in Grand Bahama to watch some of our athletes compete and a look at how some of them fared. World Indoor and Commonwealth Games silver medalist Devin Charlton would finish second in her heat in the women's 100-meter hurdles in a time of 12.76 seconds.
Going into the race, just wanted to execute cleanly and get through the rounds. Didn't think I had the greatest start, but my finish was pretty good. I just remember fighting my way through the middle of the race, trying to get to the line. It feels really good. It's been almost 10 years, I think, since the last time I've done an international competition at home, and so to be back here on home soil feels really good.
And Grand Bahamian Tanya Gaither would also take second in her heat in the women's 200 meters in a time of 22.82 seconds.
I knew that making the final wouldn't be too hard based on the field, and I just want to try to, make sure I do what I need to do when it counts.
A major day for motorsports in the country as the Bahamas ratified its team for the FIA Motorsports Games in France later this year. First time a Bahamian team will compete in the event. Bahamas Motorsports Association President David McLaughlin.
These youngsters here have been going through a ruthless procedure to learn how to drive and race cars, and we have found some talent. We didn't really set out to do that or expect to do that, but we have found some talent, and some of them are going to France to compete in what we call the Motorsport Olympics, although it's the Motorsport Games, the FIA Motorsport Games, at the end of October.
While COVID provided challenges over the past few years, the president is thankful for the assistance provided by multiple entities.
Yes, it affected everybody and everything, didn't it, in every country, and not least Bahamas. And certainly our carts were firstly damaged in Hurricane Dorian, so we were on our back foot before COVID even arrived. And then when we were literally just within days of flying out here, and COVID came, and that was 2 years. And then we've had this terrible war in Ukraine, and we've always been looking for funding for the karting here. We've had some help from corporate sponsors, we've had help from individuals, we've had help from parents, we've had help at times from government, and we've had a lot of help from the FIA as well.
The New Providence Basketball Association Developmental League wrapping up today at the Southern Recreational Grounds after weeks of play. President James Price on the importance of the initiative.
Well, in the past 3 weeks, we had a challenging, 3 weeks, but we make it through it. We thank God for that. Today's the last day. We had some challenges financially, but sometimes too, you do things, you do it out of the goodness of your heart. We had a couple sponsors. ILK has come to our rescue, and Jawan Medical. We had a little donation. We wanted to say thanks to all of them. Don't care how small it was, it make a difference in some of the kids' life.
As well as developing players at the grassroots level.
I come in the league with my teams. My Division 2 team was a grassroots team. From being down, Mason's Edition, that made up my team. And we didn't win the first year, but after the second year, the third year, the fourth year, and the fifth year, we went straight, 4 straight. And I see that the better talent is in the ghetto or in the city, really. And if nobody pick them up, that means they stay there and don't get the opportunity. So I decided to just give them the opportunity.
And that's when we look at your sports on this Saturday. A check on weather when we return.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Good to grow. Keeping you in the know. Keeping you in the know. Cause if it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow. If it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow.
The Department of Cooperatives at the Ministry of Agriculture, Marine Resources and Family Island Affairs is hosting the 2022 Entrepreneurial Empowerment Workshop at the CB Bethel High School, where over 30 students are learning a host of different skills. Caribbean Agriculture Research and Development Institute representative Dr. Shelley Bridgewater came down to the students to teach them the importance of a healthy, balanced diet. The purpose of her class was to also show students how versatile a healthy diet can be.
So today we basically had all the boys and girls making what is known as a sweet potato smoothie. So sweet potato is a popular root and tuber that is grown in the Bahamas. So what we did is to show them alternative ways that they can use that sweet potato. And one of the ways is that you can make drinks or you can make eats. Most of you would have been accustomed to things like sweet potato bread. So this is just another way that we can add value to the sweet potato.
According to Dr. Bridgewater, it's important not only to tell students about the importance of a well-balanced diet, but to show them. She says it's also important to stress the importance of our native fruits and vegetables.
I think they enjoyed it very much. This is the first time many of them would have been tasting a sweet potato smoothie, and in some cases it's the first time that they're actually tasting sweet potato.
The students wasted no time getting their hands dirty in the kitchen, chopping sweet potatoes and blending them till their final product was achieved. According to some of the students, they had no idea that a sweet potato could be made into a smoothie, and now they'll be taking this new skill back home.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I'll show my little brother this. I'll show him how to make it.
Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Georgie O'Bain.
I'm so glad you get me out this house. Things been rough since Marvin died from COVID.
You know I have for you. How the children coping?
They all right. They going out with their friends more.
At least they vaccinated, so you know they safe.
Well...
Debbie, you serious? You ain't vaccinate the children after what happened with Marvin and they over 12?
I hear so much things about this COVID vaccine, I know what to think.
Debbie, what you mean? We know they're safe. Just like the other ones we to get. You forget how JJ had COVID plus he got sugar? He only pulled through because of the vaccine.
I will in Keisha, but I scared. I can't lose my children too.
Well, Debbie, this COVID ain't over yet. Please carry the children to one of them government clinics. Y'all go get vaccinated and protect yourself and your family.
Thanks, Keisha. I will make sure my family's safe.
You better. Hey, chef, fix us up. I hungry bad.
Vaccinate today, live tomorrow. A message by PAHO WHO, Canada, and USAID.
It's time now for a check on tonight's weather forecast. Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean joins us in studio with the latest temperatures. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Jimenita. We are under partly cloudy skies with a temperature of 88 degrees. The relative humidity, that's 62%. South-southeast winds at 12 miles per hour. The barometric pressure, 1,018.4 millibars. That is 30.07 inches, and the pressure is falling. Temperatures around the Family Islands this evening, 86 degrees in Marsh, Abaco, Green Toll, Key, and Freeport, Grand Bahama. The Berry Islands at 91 degrees, 88 in Alistown, Bimini, 89 in Harbor Island. Rock Sandy, Eleuthera, 90, and that extends into Black Point, Exuma, Kemp Space, Andros, Fresh Creek, and Central Andros at 89 degrees. 90s again in Alderstown, Cat Island, San Salvador, and Rumkey. Georgetown, Exuma at 89 degrees, 88 in Rygat Island, Clarence, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Megawana, 87, Acklands, Matthew-Town, and Agua, 87, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 86 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight through Sunday, easterly winds 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet. So caution flags up for boaters over the open waters. Low tide will take place at 10:14 tonight with another low tide at 10:04 tomorrow morning. And in the central and southeastern islands through Sunday, easterly winds 15 to 20 knots, wave heights a bit choppy down there, 4 to 7 feet over the ocean. So we'll also post caution flags for the central and southeastern Bahamas. And then our satellite pictures showing that that tropical wave that's now near the Florida Peninsula and it's moving towards the west. Will eventually move into the Gulf of Mexico, taking those showers with us. But we'll still have some lingering showers over the extreme northwest Bahamas tonight. Also in the extreme southeast Bahamas, you have this upper level low that's spinning just to the north and east of us. A little troughing out of that will fire up some showers, as you can see just around the Turks and Caicos Islands, Inagua in that mix as well. Our forecast for tonight, we're looking at partly cloudy and very warm with a couple showers looking around. Low temperature, well, that's going to get down to 79 degrees. And tomorrow, it's going to be some morning showers around Otherwise, a partly sunny day with the high temperature getting up to 89 degrees. Extended weather forecast, pretty warm throughout the next 7 days, but a little bit more sunshine tomorrow. Showers and thunderstorms work their way back into our forecast on Monday and Tuesday. Things get a little better middle of the week before the rains become around the ending part of the week. Temperature-wise, we're going to keep you nice and toasty. So once again, you are reminded to take in a lot of liquid and keep yourself hydrated. Juanita.
Thanks, Basil, and that will end the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. We thank you for continuing to make ZNS your #1 news and information network, as only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. On behalf of the entire team, thanks for watching and good night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.